just because I can. I just wanted to kind of get started here. I want to make sure it's kind of mostly on time here. One of the things I have to do right now is, first of all, hi, I'm Jason, as you probably were aware by my channel title. It wasn't like it was hidden. What I'm going to do real quick is I'm getting some things situated with the stream. Actually, I want to get my music started. Anyway, I got a new toy I'm trying to play with, which is the there we go. The I've got a new setup set up here. A new setup I have set up is what I'm trying to say. Reaching all around to go get the details on that. And it doesn't look like it's acknowledging it. Okay, I don't know if the audio is going through or not. I think it's supposed to. So if you're hearing music, I hope. I hope you're hearing music. It's supposed to be that it doesn't record it to your video, but it goes to your stream. So I don't know how that works. Anyway, I was going through the playlist and I saw this piece and I said to myself, "Hey, that'd be a good piece to start. Good piece to start with. A good piece to start with." I actually had to learn this piece in piano class, so I love this. It's the Intermezzo number 2, Opus 118 by Brahms. So I figured it'd be a good piece to start with. You know, piece I already knew, loved. This piece, the drawing piece I'm working on, is actually. Let me move that up some. It's actually. Here we go. You probably can't see it. There we go. Much better. Let me turn off the light table so you can actually see. But it's actually a chibi-style kind of drawing I'm doing for my friend's emotes. She's a proud nerd girl here on Twitch. And the problem was I kind of got the paper that's on warped. That's okay. This wasn't the final drawing anyway. This was just you can see here. It's kind of warped. That corner is like really bent up. Got warped to my book bag, and I can flatten it out. I'm not worried about that. The problem is this is not the actual like finished artwork anyway. So there's really no point in investing too much time in doing that. It's just to get the details worked out. I'm going to transfer the head onto a clean sheet of paper because, not just because it's warped, but because I want to work out the body a little bit better. From discussions I had during my last stream with Proud Nerd Girl about what she wanted with it. So I'm going to transfer the entire the face of it to clean stuff. Let me see if I can turn off this light. Maybe you can see better. Because right now that's going right into the camera. Okay, that's a little bit better. But now it's not. Yeah, you really can't see that. Sorry, guys. I'll endeavor to transfer as quickly as possible. So. Trying to get just the basics in here. Again, not supposed to be an exactly detailed rendering of it anyway. I need to do better jobs of publicizing, talking about that I'm streaming. I don't really do a great job of telling people my schedule. I think a lot of people just forget what my schedule is. All right. Concentrating, getting some of the finer points all finished out. Hi, Yvonne Sky. How are you? Hope I didn't miss when you came in. And I realize you probably can't see a lot of this, and I'm sorry about that. I'm working on my light box real quick, and I'm trying to get that done so that you won't be blinded entirely by the fact that I can't see what's going on. So I'm trying to work as quickly as possible to get the lines down. What have you been up to? You and the fam. See, that's cute. See, well, we can't see. Hold on, let me turn off the. Now they got the light box done, I can completely clear this out. So I'm gonna try to get this around. 1 sec. I have to take out my headphones to get around all this. So 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Sneak this through here. New home bee craft room? What's a bee craft room? Clearing the basement. That doesn't sound... Oh, B for basement, I think you mean. Yeah, that's never fun clearing stuff out, but the potential is all the space you could have to make things. You know, oh, Mercy Wings, yay. I have that somewhere saved in my Overwatch League viewing. I'm a big Mercy fan. I'm a big Overwatch fan in general. I'm just not really good at playing Mercy. Not from lack of trying, though. But, so yeah, I hate clearing out stuff. I'm a big hoarder. A new craft room. Nice. Yeah, I'm a big hoarder myself, so clearing out stuff is always a pain for me. But when I get it done, like, mostly it's not me doing it. It's mostly Arlene doing it. She's always like, you need to clear this out. You need to get rid of this. I'm like, you're right, I do. And... again, she's right. Oh, that's the second time this Rubik's Cube has fallen down. I'll put that right here for right now. All right, now we can actually see what I'm drawing, probably, right? No, it's still so very brighted out. Let me try turning off one light, see if that's better seeable. Yeah, let me try one removal of light. 1 second. Did that make it visible? No, it did not. That's somewhat visible. Yeah, you can kind of see it a little bit more. Yeah, it's coming a lot of light off of there. I think it's because this other monitor I was using to... It's actually your monitor, now that I think about it. Yeah, actually, let's use it to cast shadow, because that's actually what's helping you guys see better. It's the monitor you supplied me with. Thank you so much for that. It means so much to me. Like, I've used it for almost all my photo editing, most of my streaming. The color balance is so much better than my laptop, and it's just so much better in general. Oh, speaking of which, I need to pull up. I have a photo reference, and my friend, strangely enough, we talked about this, Yvonne Sky. The photo reference that one of my friends suggested last stream was one of the Mercy sprays in Overwatch. So I was like, that makes sense, you know, like the style, the cute sprays. Cute spray. Mercy. Like that kind of style, because it's not quite chibi, but it's kind of in those same kind of neighborhood. But yeah, I one of my friends is a huge Mercy main. Before she kind of really started playing more other games, and I miss her on playing Overwatch because she was like one of the best Mercies I'd ever witnessed. I mean, she knew when to go in, when to stop, when to pull the brakes, when to dive everything and just go for it all. I know you and the fam have got to be excited about having a craft room though. Like, that's got to be great. Like, I couldn't imagine like setting everything up to tear it down, setting it up to tear it down. Well, I can't imagine it. That's my work situation. But you know, I set it up every day and tear it down every night. I wanted it that way because you don't want to live where you work, but it's okay to craft where you lived. That's a little different, you know. Cute spray Overwatch. Because it gives me the right feeling of like the right kind of feeling. Like I said, it's not quite chibi, but it's almost there. I was looking for the couple of different versions of different sprays. I cap lock on by mistake. Let's try besides Mercy. Who's another one I can try? I'm trying to think of all the lady characters in Overwatch. Diva, I guess, but I think Diva focuses so much on her mecha in her spray. Yeah, it really kind of does. See, I like the ones they did for the achievement sprays. I wonder if I can bring those up. The last device I've connected to my computer has malfunctioned, which is my camera. My drawing camera has malfunctioned. Let's try doing that. And reinstalling. And turn off the draw cam. And that wasn't the right thing. Oh no, don't tell me I've lost the way I can draw. It's froze. Yeah, Widowmaker and Dre's a good point. Widowmaker, I didn't think about Widowmaker. I might have to switch to my display capture just real quick, just so you can see what I'm looking at. Because my drawing camera is completely malfunctioned. So, wow, that really messed up my voice. That's crazy. Just my arm, my microphone is right there. Chopin, right? Chopin? No, Liszt. The Campanella? Nope. No, I was right. That was Liszt. It was the Grand Paganini Etudes. Although it still might be the Campanella. Was that me? Was what you? No, you didn't crash my computer video thingy. But yes, the drawing was you. And hi, proud nerd girl. I tried lurking on your stream yesterday. Sim! I'm a Sim main. I didn't even think about Symmetra. What in the world am I doing with my life? Yes, I am working on your emote. I meant to tag that in my social media posts. That I'm working on it. So I'm looking at the cute sprays as suggested by Care Bear. Because they're not quite chibi, but they have that same kind of feel. Because my favorite one of all time, my favorite one will always be cranky, screaming baby diva, but that's more chibi than the cute sprays. It's this style one, like this one, but it's the one where she's screaming like, and I put it. I forgot to. I ran out of time, and you know my schedule's Tuesdays and Fridays. You know this. I know you got a lot on your mind too. I thought I did a shout out so that you catch it. My apologies. Trying to see how I can get the drawing cam back up. No, I meant to text you personally. I meant to text a bunch of people personally, but I suck at doing that because I'm always like, no, they don't need to hear about me. They've heard about me all day, and I know we've talked about this before, and you're like, I don't care, and I'm like, I do care because I don't want to be a nuisance to my friends. There we go. Just trying to reposition the thing so it covers everything. But yeah, I forgot Sim. That's a really high level. Look at that. Open link in new tab. No, open image in new tab. Yeah. Let's see how pure that image is. Somebody clean that up because the sprays are actually on Xbox aren't very high res because they're only gonna be sprayed about that big, and even if you look right at them, it's like the game just blurs them. See, I love me some Sim. How's the music? By the way, for those that are here, how is the music to my voice level working out? I'm trying the new Twitch called Soundtrack by Twitch. It's basically royalty-free music you can use that basically it'll stream through your stream, but playback it won't let you hear the music. So it basically strips it out of playback and only lets it for your live stream. And I was like, that's cool because I love classical, so I figured I'd listen to some classical. I really wish you could pick what tracks you would listen to, but it's just like whatever. But I mean, this is kind of what I would listen to anyway. It's just Debussy. This is like, of course, Liszt, Brahms, right in that kind of category. Sombra. I've got to be quite a good Sombra lately. I've learned how to get value from her. She's tough. She's very tough because you think sometimes people that play Sombra will be like, oh, I'm going to hide in the back lines and do nothing, and you're in trouble. Why am I? Oh, I'm in trouble. Yeah, because I forgot. I thought I tagged people and I forgot. Hi, Pizza Penguin. How are you? I'm going to get, I can't hear the music. There's definitely music going on. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to adjust the volume of that. I'm trying to kill that. Yeah, for some reason it's supposed to go through the VOD audio for Soundtrack by Twitch, and it's not. Like, I have it on full blast, and it's not going through the right channel. So this is the last half of this Grand Etude de Paganini. Sorry, y'all. We're going to need a more reliable system because it glitches so much. Thank you, Twitch. Of course, my OBS has been giving me nightmares tonight, too. There we go. That was the one that was being a pain. Remove draw cam. Video capture device 3 is the one. That's this one, yeah. Video capture device 2 is the one. No. Let's try that again. Why are you being such a pain tonight? You're being such a pain tonight. I don't know what's going on. I've got good internet for streaming. It's just OBS is deciding it wants to behave like 2 of the letters in its name. It was a PG of a pun if I can ever do one. Why are you being such a pain? I feel like OBS is like the bratty child that just has to show everybody off. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, look at me. I'm going to be just misbehave for no reason whatsoever because I want to misbehave. And welcome to OBS. What is going on? My phone's blowing up here. Hold on one second, guys, while I'm multitasking this. Nothing of importance. It's just, yeah. Sorry. It was a funny tweet that somebody had. What is that? That is the correct camera. At least it's working. It's in the wrong place. We'll fix that. It's the wrong orientation. We'll fix that in 2 seconds. View. So I don't know why OBS decided, like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to mess everything up. Rotate 180 degrees. Now it's right side up. And now it's going to fill the screen. Ta-da! Fixing OBS in 2 seconds with very little help and in hopes that everything works out okay. .com. Okay, let me see if this makes it better, because there's, for some reason, it's bleaching out everything, and I mean literally everything on the screen, so you can't see my drawing. But it's there. It's there. There we go. Much better. Okay, good. So now I have photo reference pulled up. Unfortunately, you can't see the photo reference because I need to have the camera up for this. But you saw earlier what I intended to do, which was to draw. Let me take the backing paper out because I have the rough sketch of what I want to do, but obviously making modifications too. That's being blank. There we go. Ta-da! See? The problem is I'm also drawing with a very light pencil, so it's tending to make it look like it's going to be very hard to see. So, and you might be hearing a double echo from because I have two mics on now, technically, because this is the mic with the better sound, but my desktop mic, I can't shut that off. So when I have the audio coming in through the desktop audio, it's maybe broadcasting my microphone audio twice. I looked into how to turn off the mic on your laptop, and I couldn't figure it out. This is a Sarabande from French Suite in G, probably Bach. And I might go to a heavier pencil so y'all can see what I'm doing. Nice big soft 6B pencil. So most of the time the neck seems to be back here, like that. Jump that up on that so you can see better. And about like that for the... Well, since you're here, even though I forgot to bring it up to your attention, you can give me input now. Yay! Thank you, Yvonne Sky. I'm trying to catch this all on the fly. Like, I hate to say it, I don't think there's really a sandbox mode where you really can test these things before you broadcast live. And even if you did, there's no guarantee the broadcast mode would actually be the same as real life. So you could do all the tests you want until you're purple in the face. Then surprise, that was a placebo. All you actually did was test nothing. So you could get all the kinks worked out, go live, and then everything goes kaput. Like my drawing camera, that was going fine. Y'all saw it from the very beginning of the broadcast. Y'all saw it. It was going on from the beginning. But it just decided, you know what? I'm tired of working. So I'm going to do this. So now I've got your opinion on this. Oh, sorry. That was not any kind of weird sound. That was just me scooting the mic closer to my face. Because when I talk away from it like this, and actually probably the best thing to do would be to bring the microphone right about here and test my volume levels. There we go. Make sure it's not too loud. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna hum at a constant level so I can make sure this is gonna blow out your ears if I all of a sudden get loud. There we go. Nope, that's too loud. Okay, nope, that's going the other way. There we go. I've got to make sure I monitor that's too loud. I have to monitor this so I don't blow out your ears. RIP headphone users. Back that up a little bit. Nope. That's the right one. Okay, good. Scoot it back a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Now it shouldn't I always make sure I monitor the microphone so I don't like I said, I don't wind up giving you RIP headphone users. Actually, I'm going to need to embiggen. That's my fancy word for making larger, enlarging. Embiggen it. I have to embiggen it. Now I've got to put the apron on it. Not apron. Apron. Other thing too is I realized that the torso is basically they treat it like a kind of the head and shoulders. And then there's like a little tube, and then it's like hips, pretty much, in this style. Although I don't like how segmented that looks. It almost looks like an ant. So I might scoot up the lower portion a bit more. Although, again, it's good to have input here. Proud nerd girl. She might be lurking. I don't know. Just try and get the basic kind of proportions out right, and not worry about the expression part of it. Because I think the thing I want to do is like that as a curvature, so I'm going to have to kind of redraw all this again, I think. That's one thing I hate about this heavier pencils. It leaves, like, no matter how much I scrub these lines, there's going to be a ghost image y'all can see. I don't know why my light is giving me so much trouble either. It seems like it's just like so much brightness. And there's like, you can't even see contrast on it. It's just like, it's white paper or it's dark lines, and there's no like gray lines in between. Don't know why. And I might try a different station. This is kind of slow for me. I love classical, and this is slow for me. Come on, give me a different song. Eric Satie. Give me something different. One more different. No, I'm not feeling piano. I mean, I'm going to try one more. I feel like this is Beethoven or Haydn. It's one or the other. It's either Haydn or Beethoven. So I'm going to draw some expression lines first because I didn't like how that it looks too staticky. And it should look more like a swoop, and instead it's looking like, and it should look like this. It should look like a swoop, a curve. And instead, like a heroic up push, instead it's looking like a, it's looking like a clothes pole. You know, those little poles you put in the ground to put your hanging laundry on. And people don't bend like that. I should say people bend. They're not like that. So there, that's a better sweep. See that? That's a better curvature. That describes action leaping up, see? All right. So maybe I should do this. Oh yeah, see that leg is going to be the one that, the back leg is the one that's going to be the describing one. You see? Because that's going to be the continuing line of like basically the rib cage and stuff. I might try a different channel. I'm like, I want a little bit more jump to it than this. Something that was written in the last 150 years would be preferable. They've already played this one. Okay, that's Chopin. You gotta give respect to Chopin. I don't even know certainly it's Chopin, but the two things, it said 25, Opus 25, number 3. That's a Chopin number for his etudes. 25, and I think Opus 10 and 25 are 2 sets of etudes. But that music is just completely Chopin. Frédéric Chopin, who basically only wrote piano music his entire life. I mean, a more horrible fate I couldn't possibly imagine because it's, So. So I'm going to basically put in a line that's going to describe the front. Oh, that's a lot better. Oh, Chopin, you inspire me. I love that. Man, I wish I could listen to more Chopin. But you can't request what you want to hear on this. It just plays whatever it's next. And I'm like, I don't want to listen to what's next. Bagatelle without tonality. what I really wish we could listen to is the Ligeti. What are they called? Musical Wishkar. Those are truly wonderful. Some of these sound like they were recorded on a keyboard, not a piano. I'm like, oof, no. Okay, I'm not liking that, so I'm going to find some more reference to just kind of help me drive along. I mean, I'm close. I know I'm close. I'm very close. The problem is I keep trying to add width on the back side to kind of balance out the weight, and it's not correct. Also, too, I think I'm trying to add too much of an indent in the front side. And I think based on the leap, there would be a very tiny little wavering in like that. And then the back, it would be more of a, kind of like in the Symmetra one. Can I switch? Can I switch? I sure can switch. Boom. There we go. I have a new technique. Boom. See on the Symmetra one, especially on the back, like she's basically doing this front, like she's leaning forward with her hips. Her hips are popping out frontward. So basically her back curves into it. And as you can notice, they did a straight line from just under the bust to going straight down to her hip. And basically the line doesn't even deviate until it gets to like right where the hip is. And then it goes back down inward for thigh. So you have this thing where it goes like from basically under bust straight down to the thigh and then goes back. Well, actually, let me draw it like this. And then goes, oh, nope, back in. Actually, for you, it'd be the other way around. It'd be this. Let me see. It'd be this way. And then go, oh, nope, going back that way. So, and I wonder if I can see my mouse pointer. Can you see my mouse pointer? Oh, you sure can. Never mind. But see right here, there's a straight line straight down here. It stops at the hip and goes back in. Right in there. So, and then here you see there's a vacant space back here. Right there. And that's what I need to convey, you know, is that kind of space. And I feel like I'm not doing that adequately enough. Because the front, like I said, the front part would be curved, so it'd be all kind of a straight line, which is this part right here. And the back part would be kind of indented in like that. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay. I think the main issue here is too, like this should be like that. So also to spot the angles like that's not bad. That's better. That's better. I'm starting to see it come together. Oh wait. Helps if you put this back on, JJ. There you go. See, I feel like it's getting closer. But I also feel like the arms do this thing. So yeah, that's better. Because your shoulder blades kind of do this thing where it kind of creates like a shape like this. And then this arm's going to go like this, obviously off of there. And then this one, which is kind of leaning backwards, is going to go like this. Yeah, a little bit like more like that. A little bit more like that, you see. Which was a little bit clear. I'm glad that the shadow's at least falling in the part of the drawing that's the least visible. But also, too, I feel like there's two blocks, and I haven't worked them out yet. One block is doing this, and the other one should be doing this. Like this. That's exactly what needs to be happening. See if that improves the situation at all. See, that first one's too square on. So, let's make adjustments accordingly. Ooh, the eraser's getting all gummed up with stuff. You guys' words of encouragement means a lot to me, so y'all cheering me on while I was getting things set up means a lot. So, I know Yvonne Sky was working on cleaning out her basement. What are you guys up to today? if you're still not lurking. I didn't see alert come up, and I have alert command. I think I have an alert command set up. I think. But I didn't see y'all do that. So I figure if you're not lurking by command, you might be looking on your own. But if you are still in chat, nearby we can talk. What are you guys up to tonight? Pizza and Proud Nerd Girl. Yeah, I like that better. I'd have to figure out the rest of it in a minute. But see, like that. That's better. Yeah, that's a much better line. Like this. Like that. Yeah. Basically describe hips and stuff, not just a mound. Like that, and then go like that. Actually, like that. There we go. Much better lines. I like it. So I'm going to kill this line through here so I can at least get some feeling of the... I'm trying to leave some of the structure lines so I have some sense of the... You want some sense of the shape of the form. So even if... one thing I've been playing a lot of lately, I'm sure you guys who've talked to me recently probably know this. Oh, there, see, I knew you all were still here. I just figured you all were probably... had me on in the background while you were doing other things, which is what I do when I watch Twitch all the time. I'll drop it on people, and I might drop in to say occasional comment or word of encouragement or something of that nature. And then what I usually do is I'll be like, hey, you got this, or hey, what's this doing, or what are you doing with that? Or if I hear some funny comment, I'll jump back in. But usually I kind of like lurking because I'm usually doing something else, like washing the dishes or something else. Sometimes it's just at work. What do you call this? The can from Pachelbel's Orpheus in the Underworld. It's funny how we associate this with a can, and it is a can, or quadrille, as the proper fancy name for the dance is. It's funny, I got her leaping with doing this kind of like little leap, and it's funny. It's like, well, we got dance music makes sense. Yeah, that's a much better shape. But it's funny. I think can-cans existed before this song. So it's funny how this one got associated with can-cans. Not that it's not a can-can, but it's like it's not the only can-can you can write. But I don't think I've ever heard an instance where anybody would say, "Oh, dance the can-can, but don't use that." But it's like the Charleston. The Charleston's just a dance step. It doesn't mean you have to actually just use the Charleston. Da, 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 da. So you don't have to actually just use that one composition. I've got the neatest pencil sharpener in here once I get rid of all this stupid noise of me getting into the Ziploc bag. I promise it's in here. Yeah, I might have to switch networks. I can tell this is like synthesized piano and it's driving me crazy. I mean, I'm not angry with people that use synthesized piano, but you can definitely tell when it's synthesized piano. This microphone, though, is really nice. And I have to use the headphones to kind of monitor the sound. I don't have to. It's just better. I can make sure I'm not screaming into the microphone or anything like that. Have I heard from Care Bear? Couple days ago, I want to say it was. He was playing a new kind of a dwarf version of Minecraft with Big. And he was only on for a little while, I think. I don't know much because I wasn't on that night. I couldn't make it on that night. And did he say anything about the job interview? No, I haven't talked to him about that. I'm sorry. I haven't talked to him since then. Maybe I should text him or something. I don't know. I always have to remember that England's 7 hours ahead of us, but Care Bear keeps odd hours anyway. So when I'm up, he's usually up, and the thing is, he should be in bed. But he also works weird hours, too, because of his care industry job. But I haven't heard from him in a while. Not a long while, but like a week. I think Big said something about the interview was being. I think it was good. I could be wrong. Maybe I was just remembering Big saying he was waiting on word from the interview. I don't know. I didn't talk to him very much. Let's go to bed, which makes me. Oh, I know. I've been seeing that. Like, you haven't had to tell me that it's been giving you issues. That's my sexy pencil sharpener, by the way. My wife says it gives pencils sexy points, so it was christened the sexy pencil sharpener. But yeah, I've been seeing that. Like, I hate to say it, I almost cried just then. I wanted to play that with them. Yeah, it seems like a good game. I haven't played it. And Big, this is what Big does every time I'm online. He goes, Bauer, download the game so we can play together. I'll try to inquire. But what was I talking about? Oh, I'm a very empathetic person, so sometimes I can pick up on tensions, even if people don't tell me they're there. I won't know what it is, but I'll be like, something's going on there. I've done it several times. Like, I know, like, you don't have to tell me. You can. Don't stop telling me. But I already knew that the new job is wonderful for you, but I also know it's playing havoc with your ability to do the things you used to do, say, 3 weeks ago, or I'll let you know. Like I said, I'm not a stranger to you. I will text you if I hear anything of importance. Okay. Yeah, I like that shape better. There we go. See, that sounds like almost like it's Philip Glass. I want something a little bit more pep though. Like, I mean, Vivaldi's peppy enough, but see, it's already played this. Was there only 4 tracks in these things? Come on now, guys. Let's try. I'm gonna try the jazz tracks next, just because I love jazz. That's pretty nifty. I mean, it's a little synthesized, I can tell, but And then it ruined it. I don't want elevator jazz. I want actual, like, 60s jazz. Like bebop or something. Let's skip ahead. That's not bad. It's coming closer. Come on. This is a quartet. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. Hoping. I'm hearing bass. I'm hearing piano. Jazz makes me a very happy man. It does. Well, Proud Nerd Girl, if I don't have a chance to say goodnight, and if you hadn't already said goodnight and left, please have a good night, because I think you said you're going to bed. And I'm sorry to lose you, but, I understand. This is just, I appreciate you stopping in for the few minutes you were here. I mean, a few minutes is like 40, almost 40 or 30. It was a pretty good long time. So I really appreciate you spending that time here. And I hope you have a good night. See, I like the body. Sorry, not to change the subject so much. Bye, Sarah. Have a good night. By the way, that's just kind of like, have a great stream and loving the emote. Get Kipper's approval. Yeah, I'm thinking what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tuck the body back in a little bit more, but I can do that later on. Like, I mean, again, I can twist the body a little bit more. Now that I've got a shape I'm happy with, that looks, like a feminine body leaping through the air, I'm okay with that. So. I can worry about the orientation of the body to the head later. You know what I'm saying? I can reorient that later. But anyway, I appreciate your input. I meant to tag you and stuff, and thought, oh, you remember it's Tuesday nights. Not that I expect you to just come in on your own. Good night, Sarah. You sleep well. I hope your job goes well tomorrow, and all the best. I'm glad to hear your job's doing well, even if it's taking you away from some of the activities you'd rather be doing. Glad to hear it's doing well otherwise. Night. So I am gonna orient this differently. The other thing is I just don't. Okay, so it's too straight across right now. Yeah, see, this is jazz right now. This is jazz. To quote, to quote, was it The Terminal? This is jazz. I love that movie. If y'all don't know that movie, it's a great movie. It stars Tom Hanks as he's a man traveling from overseas, from a made-up country called Krakosia. It's a fictional country that doesn't exist in real life, but they use that so they wouldn't actually have to use a real country that really exists. But it's Krakosia. It's this Eastern European country that's fictional. It's real for the movie, but it's fictional for us. There's no such place as Krakosia. But the idea is that Krakosia is like this Bosnian, Serbian, that kind of part of Europe, Yugoslavian country in that region. And while Tom Hanks' character, Victor Navorsky, he's in the air, his country has a complete overhaul. It goes into a coup, which means the passport he had when he left is now no longer valid because it literally happened while he was in the flight over from Europe to America. So when he lands in America, his passport is technically no longer valid because the passport he left with was issued by a country that now no longer exists now that he's landed, which leaves him with no other place to be but international ground, aka the terminal. And he has to live in the terminal until either his government sorts its stuff out, the United States decides it's going to figure out its diplomatic relationship with the new Krakosia, or some other loophole can be found. And it's a satire about red tape and the people that fall through the cracks. And the only reason, and I shouldn't spoil it for you, but it does have something to do with Tom Hanks' love of jazz. I won't spoil any more than that. For those that haven't seen it, it's a charming movie, and there's a really funny moment in it, which involves his pronunciation of the word cheat. And if you have seen it, you know what I'm referring to. And if you haven't seen it, I will not spoil that for you either. And it's funny because Diego Luna got famous after doing that movie. Now he was in Rogue One. Zoe Saldana was like this up and coming actress, and she was in that too. She plays one of the customs agents. Is she customs or immigrations agents? But she's in that. A fantastic cast. Stanley Tucci as Frank. Oh, what's his name? Frank. Oh, I can see his Frank something, and he's this NSA. I think it's NSA. He's like this head security guy, and he's always watching Tom Hanks because he's like, you're up to something. It's not just simply you flying into New York. You're up to something. So he's basically, Tom Hanks is just trying to survive in the airport while this authority figure is trying to hold him down. So it becomes this whole satire about the government suppressing people that are just trying to live. And it was a biting satire from Steven Spielberg that was desperately needed. And it's still very topical. About being human to people that are maybe not understood, different than us. And yet Victor Navorsky wants it being loved by everybody in the terminal, even by some of the NSA agents, or TSA. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? The government agents that make sure that people flying in the United States are safe. They're not illegal. They're not bringing in illegal substances. It's a very good movie. Like I said, it's an excellent movie. I think of it every time I go to an airport now. I go through it and I'm like, dun, 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 dun. I start humming the theme song, the main central theme. One time I was at an airport, I was cheeky enough to pull it up on my phone and play it. And my wife goes, oh my gosh, that was perfect timing. Because you can't not hear it. I always call it like the Krakosia National Anthem theme. It's actually, I call it more, I used to call it that. But I actually say it's Tom Hanks' character. It's Victor Navorsky's trying to adjust the camera so I'm not like doing a David Lynch all the way off to the side here. Being like all moody. Wait, talk about David Lynch. Eraserhead. Back to drawing. Anyway. Oh, wow. That was super special. I like the body, the way that looks. It's very, very, very right. I also decided that the knee's going to be right there. You can't see it. Oh, I'm way off camera. Goodness, I'm way off camera. I need people to be like, you're off camera. Please bring it back to camera. Or it'd be like, get it on camera! You know, bring it back to camera because I'm just like over here drawing and in my secret little area that you can't see off camera. I need a better webcam. Not that this is horrific. It's just it malfunctions, and it's not exactly the best thing to position. I need a streaming cam. I mean, I can get by with this. If my streaming really gets, like, I don't want to say successful, like financially successful, but if it gets successful to the point of, want me to sink more money into it, because a webcam would be useful for other things too. Not sure I'm feeling this one, guys. I mean, I like Earth, Wind, and Fire. I like Herbie Hancock. Not sure if I want to see them kind of... It's not bad, but it's not my taste. That, Daddy-O. Wait a second. It's called The Honeyman. Styrylsil. Fireval. Marked explicit. How is there a jazz album that has instrumental and it's marked explicit? Is the titles of the songs explicit? Because even a certain album by Miles Davis didn't get that distinction. And they have that at the North Greenville University Jazz Library. And it has the B word in it. It rhymes with witches. It's called Witches Brew, but it's not witches. And they have that album at the North Greenville Library. And if they have that at the North Greenville Library and it's not censored, how did this get censored on Twitch? I don't know. Ribcage time. No, that's not right. Maybe it's right. It's half right. It's 3/4 right. It's on its way to right. The thing is also when I put the arm in there, it's going to disguise the shoulder a little bit. And I've effectively lost my phone, guys. It's buried under old drawings and sketches and will never be found again. Here it is. My friend sent me a text. Nothing about the stream that needs to be worried about. I will say this, though. I'm probably not going to be gaming tonight. I might. I don't know. Usually I game after stream to kind of wind down. But your man got in some trouble last night. He got banned on Xbox for a day. No voice communications, no sharing to social media, none of that thing. And I think it's because, I know it's because I got a little spicy with another player on Xbox Live. And I said, I'm probably going to get banned for this. And he goes, yeah, you're probably going to get banned for this. Within 30 minutes, I got the notification. I've never been notified that fast that I've received a ban. Not my proudest moment. Not my proudest moment at all. I feel like this is appropriate for my stream. The music and the conversation. You're listening to jazz tonight. It's Tuesday night. And a cold one. It just, I should be doing these sorts of things, shouldn't I? I've always looked into wanting to do, what do you call it? Oh, that was not the button I meant to push. I accidentally clicked the forward button, guys. Not that. In Your Own Sweet Way. I think In Your Own Sweet Way was a jazz standard that's been covered here. Interesting, though. Okay, fun fact. I always hold things up to the light to see if they make sense. It doesn't make sense. The problem is the hip part of it is too far back on this part. The hip needs to be a little bit higher up on that side. Like that, yeah. Yeah, that's wrong. That was completely wrong. I had it right the first time. It was more like that. There we go. Because I had to think about the hip bones would sit in there about like that, you see. Like that line there, I just described it right through there, like this. And then, see the waist part of it's like the part that's going to twist. See, I wish I could listen to the White Stripes. Oh my gosh, I'd be rocking out with some. There's an album they did called, what's the name of that album called? It'll come to me. Get Behind Me, Satan. And it's such a great album. It has nothing to do with the title except that the first song has the words "Get Behind Me," and it has nothing to do with the word "Get Behind Me, Satan." But It's such a great album. I really love that album a lot. There's a song on there called Take, and literally the chorus is just Jack White singing Take 3 times in a row. And it's kind of like one of the, if you give a mouse a cookie situations where he's like, runs into a celebrity, gets your photograph, and he's like, he asks for an autograph. And he's like, I should have got a photograph. And then she walks off and he's like, man, she doesn't appreciate how cool I'm being. I should have asked for a lock of her hair or a kiss on the cheek. And it's like, he's never giving up. It's like, he just asked for an autograph. Then he asked for a picture. Now he wants a lock of her hair and a kiss. And it's that whole kind of idea of like, people just keep taking more and more and more. I don't know. It's kind of it almost feels like it's a commentary about entitlement. Like the main character singing it feels entitled that he deserved things because he was, she didn't appreciate how cool I was being. In other words, he feels like he's deserved more attention because he was being nice about it. And I'll be honest, I go through that too. I'm like, I'm a nice guy though. Doesn't mean you get anything for it. It kind of sucks, but it's true. It doesn't mean I want to be a bad guy because of it, but at the same time, it's also like, oh man, that sucks. Because I'm trying to be nice here. You don't owe me anything, though. At the end of the day, nobody owes me anything. Yeah, that's a nice little arm ditty I did there. The only good thing about it being, well, not the only good thing, but one of the main reasons, the good thing about the body being smaller is I can then put the controller a lot bigger, and it'd be easier to read as a controller. I have to rotate it. But I think I was starting to talk about this earlier. I've been starting to play a lot of Don't Starve. And the way the art style works, it looks very much like a Tim Burton cartoon. If Tim Burton were to do a cartoon and make it into a video game. And the thing about it is a lot of the main characters' drawings, it's called Winston. Let's see if I can draw a quick sketch of Winston on the side of this thing. Winston kind of looks like this. He has a face like this. Hair like this. Oh, that's actually a pretty good Winston. And then he's got like 2 little beady eyes like this. And a little mouth like that. And I think he's got a long nose, I think, like this. Right? Well, here's Winston. I can do everything about his head, but I don't know what the hairline is. I suck at hairlines. Everybody just heard me say that. Don't tell anybody I said that. But I suck at hairlines. But anyway, that's just Winston right here. Is it Wilson? I think it's Winston. But a lot of times you'll see this dividing line in his face. They leave the structure lines in there like that, It's a pretty cute little Winston, actually. But they'll leave the dividing lines in his face. So like they'll sketch it out so it looks like in the game you'll actually see like the sketchiness of it, and they just leave that line in there. So you see, and there's nothing wrong with seeing the structural lines, not in a finished piece, but unless that's the style you want to go for. I'm not liking the choice of music here, guys. Come on. Throw me a bone. Let's try indie. There's other solutions to this problem. I'm looking into them. The good thing is you have infinite skip. And there's no ads. This isn't what I want by indie. I want okay, let's try rock. See if rock has anything cool. It's not bad, but it's a little commanding of your attention. I like it. Let's go back to the Chill Please. It's very Goldfishy. Goldfish is this South African band that it's 2 guys, duo, that basically they went through college listening to training as jazz musicians, but then they take that jazz training into the dance halls of the world, like Ibiza and things like that. And this sounds a lot like what they do. Heavy beats, but then they write the songs that they do, so they lay down the tracks, and then when they're live, they'll just pull out a saxophone and play along with their own track that they've written. I wish that, yeah, this is going to be tucked over around. I don't know. It's not so bad. I might have to tuck it down some so there's less neck, because I don't think there's as much neck in the final version here. Let's switch to the other camera. I'm sorry I'm kind of schizophrenic with the music tonight, guys. I'm trying this new thing that I've never used before, which is this, it's called Soundtrack by Twitch. And I'm kind of, you see, okay, the neck is longer than I thought. Okay, never mind. I guess maybe the problem is I just drew it as a straight cylinder downward instead of a merging of neck and shoulders together, which is what happens with Symmetra. See, that improved a lot. That just improved it like tons. Yeah, that's a lot better, actually. Okay. Yeah, this is very reminiscent of some Goldfish. Yeah, I didn't like the indie one very much. This one is the electronic chill one, I think, which I was expecting the indie one to be more like this, or at least like indie rock. I don't know. I just sound more like world music-y to me, which sound more like indie than indie. I don't know. I might try it again because I don't know. Maybe I just didn't give it a fair shot. Because the jazz one had like 3 or 4 out of 20 I liked, and I was like, not feeling it. And that might be really loud in the background, guys. I'm trying to balance the sound so that it's not so like in your face. Because I don't want it to be all up in the microphone to be like, hi guys. I'd be, I don't want to do that either. I mean, the microphone's like right here. You can't really see it. Let me angle down just a smidgen. But you can, can you see it now? Oh, there it is. There it is. Ta-ta. Oh, you might get a kick out of this, Ivanska. I hope I can see this. I mean, that's too funny. My wife gave me that for Christmas. All I ever do is edit. It's not true, but it's funny. It's a funny joke. I showed that to one of my friends. I showed that to Lindsay, and she was like, "Boy, you better be editing." And I was like, "Yeah, I know. This is what I should be doing." So I owe you. By the way, I meant to be. I don't mean to kind of bring this up in the middle of a stream, but I meant to ask you if there's any numbers of photos you want me to edit, because I've been going through them and kind of going, okay, I like that one, I like that one, I like that one. But I think I gave you access to the folder, so if there's something you see you like and you want me to go ahead and look at it, I will. I definitely will. I know you're pretty chill about that sort of thing. You just like, oh, whatever you want to edit, you can. But if there's one that really stands out to you, like, man, I really wish I could see that one, sharpened up a little bit, like not sharpened up, because I mean, they shouldn't be blurry. But like if there's one you see that you really like, let me know. Or 2 or 4 that you like, let me know. I'm going through and doing some group ones that that Lindsay and Ariel had suggested I edit. So I didn't get back into editing again. I didn't mean to drift away from editing. I just did for a bit. Because I really didn't have any photo shoots. I kind of hit a brick wall. Some of the photos I was working on, I just didn't have a vision on how to fix challenges. Like the color balance wasn't nice, or one of them was blurry. I couldn't help it. Oh gosh, this is Goldfish right up the way. Goldfish is so good too. There was a track I used to rock in my old days when I did streaming ages ago. A little less diligently than I do now. And this track they did is called This Is How It Goes. And it's such a great track. This Is How It Goes. I would play it because I don't think the digital rights management sees it and blocks it. But this is, like I said, straight up. This is straight up. Let me see it real quick. Yeah, it does go straight up from there. I'm going to have to intersect with the chin here real quick. Oh, that's actually the name of the track. Yeah, that's Lindsay, right? I mean, she wasn't being a pest. I'll be honest, she's never really been a pest. I can't think of any person that's really been a pest about editing. Most people are always telling me, hey, I really am glad when you send me an edit. I really appreciate when you do. And I'm like, I'm glad that I can, bring joy to people's days. I mean, that's why I do it, is so I can, expand my creativity, but also bring a smile to your face by saying, hey, look, here's something cool that we did together that's now complete and finished. And honestly, one of my craziest things I've been doing during COVID is I've been working on this drawing. I didn't realize I still had the other screen up. But one of the things I've been enjoying about the pandemic lately is going through old photo shoots that I've, didn't know how to solve, and going back and revisiting them and like, oh, here's how I solved that issue, and solving a problem that I'd always had with a photo shoot that I never could get right. Okay, that's a little bit better. I don't want there to be a kissing right there because creates a tangent. So that's a little bit better. That's cute. That's kind of cute. But yeah, I don't think I've ever had any experience where I was like, oh my gosh, this person will not get off of me about edits. And I can't think of one, honestly, in my mind. And I know sometimes I get lazy about it. And sometimes I get self-conscious about it. Like, I think, man, if I had more edits out faster, maybe people would like my stuff better. And I know that's probably not the case at all. It probably has nothing to do with that at all. I get very, I don't want to say self-conscious, but that's a good word for it. I worry about, keeping up with quality and doing work that people are interested in seeing, both as a photographer and as both a photographer presenting the piece to people looking at it, but also to the model that I've shot. I want them to be happy with it. I don't want them to be like, oh yeah, it was a photo, we took it, yay. I want them to be like, oh my gosh, this is Christmas. Again, I could photograph anything I wanted to if I really set my mind to it. But if I can, give something to my friend, which is, documenting something that would otherwise maybe be forgotten or maybe not receive the documentation it probably deserves. Like, I thought about that, the synergy that goes between a cosplayer and a model, in the fact that a cosplay isn't complete on a hanger. It's complete when the person wears it, models it. And yeah, you can take selfies, and yeah, you can have friends shoot it. But another friend of mine, you may know her, Jennifer, she was talking about that. She said that she used to not care about her photography, or she cared about, she knew, she's like, yeah, photograph, yeah, it's important, yeah, but she didn't really take it super seriously. And then one day she got a professionally done photograph from a friend of hers, Mark, and it blew up, and it made her internationally known, I guess you could say. And so she's like, I realized that, it wasn't that I hadn't done the work. It's that my work was done and I hadn't documented it. And it took a good photograph to document it. And then it wasn't like, she's like, I have to document what I'm doing. And that's kind of the way I feel about doing photography. I'm helping my friends document stuff that they've done. And I want to be good. First of all, I want to be something that's artistically challenging for me, but I also want to make sure it documents what that person is doing so that they feel excited to look at it, So I have to kind of make sure I'm doing that, not falling into kind of ruts, creatively, create something or other, creatively, and also make sure that I'm being honest with myself, not judging myself by other people's, don't doing comparative growth, oh, well, this person did this, so I'm not as good as that person because I need to grow better at the, no comparative growth here. I said I was going to do an hour stream because I'm tired, and I was going to do it. I usually have these slotted for 2 hours. I might go to 10:30. I don't know. We'll see. My regular night's going to be Tuesday, Fridays, and I'm closely monitoring my mic because I'm watching. The reason why I've got this so close to my face is so that I can watch. It's not like distant, but also so I can monitor on my screen. I don't know if you all know, I've got this monitor that shows me how loud I'm talking into the mic, so I can also make sure that I'm not screaming into the mic, which will cause audio problems on your end. I don't want people to go, oh, that's so loud, because I have a very loud voice naturally, and I want to make sure that I'm not, screaming into the mic at all, because it can carry. And I work in a call center, and you know this, Yvonne, you know what it is to have a call center voice, and I have a call center voice, let me tell you. And I'm also, with this microphone, I've looked into maybe doing some like voiceover stuff, because I do have a very loud, commanding voice. And I've actually told my manager, I said, man, I just know people hear my voice and they're like, he sounds like a salesman. She's like, yeah, but here's the funny part. Because you do sound like a salesman, I pee-popped. See, that's not good. She was saying that because I do have that kind of direct salesman voice, I should be, basically doing better with my stuff. I should be not worried about, what people might say. Just go all ham on, that's not right. That is not right. Something's not right. I need actual photo reference of girls wearing overalls because this is just like, it looks off center. I don't know what I'm doing right. I'm doing wrong. But I need to use this direct voice for, I should say woman wearing overalls, not girl. Not women overalls, Google. Woman overalls. See, I would put this stuff on the screen, but I'm always afraid that something will come up NSFW, and I'll be like, nope, Google, absolutely wrong. What's interesting, though, is I always assume that, and since this is safe for work, I can show you guys. Switch it off. See, I always assume is, I think most people assume is that, oh, look at this. The straps of overalls do this. Straight up and down like two telephone poles. But if you look at most of the reference photos, most of them are doing that number, where they're tapering inward, which is something I would have actually thought about without pulling up photo reference. So I think that's, by the way, if my voice is too loud on this, let me know. I don't want to be too loud. But see, look, it's almost like an apron or a pinafore in the front. Yeah, see, you wouldn't even think that. I'm putting it basically, I'm putting it, there's a pee-pop again. I'm basically putting the whole thing, like basically where on this is where I'm doing it wrong. I'm putting the whole line right up to the armpit, but as you can see, it does kind of look like that from the front, but from the side, if you look at all the side views there are, it looks like there's, like this one here. Excuse me, I had a hiccup and a burp. Disgusting. But you can see, like, this is a great example. Okay, now it feels like it should be runway music. But I didn't realize how narrow it was in the front on overalls. Or coveralls, or I guess it's overalls. But like, if I hadn't pulled up photo reference, I would have been way, way off. And I was way off. That's why I pulled up photo reference. Never do it alone. Never, never do it alone. So it's more like an apron. So. And. Okay, so what happens? Oh, okay. I was like, how does the scene match up straight? It doesn't match up straight because there's a gap there. Those are hooks. I always forget about those hooks on overalls like that. Coveralls. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And I'm drawing this, and I forget I'm on the wrong camera. This is why I always stream with OBS up, because you can never see. I always like to watch what my viewers are saying to make sure I'm offering the right thing. I don't know. I'm liking that it sounds like goldfish, but now it's just sounding I should be on the catwalk. And I'm like, no. Let's see what we got. What I'm saying. Okay, we'll do one more skip. See what we get. I'm sorry. The song title is too great. It's called 2% Milk. Original mix from the album, Yep, He's Pisces. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, always have photo reference. I used to have this really persnickety thing about making sure, do it from memory. There's not a good artist that doesn't pull up photo reference, because a lot of times your memory fails you. I mean, I've played Don't Starve for the better part of the last month, and I still can't draw Wilson's face from memory. Oh, I should probably show you what Wilson looks like if y'all haven't played. What's the name of it? Is it Wilson? Wilson. I keep saying Winston. I think it is Winston. There we go. It is Winston. Okay, I thought it was Winston. It's Wilson. Why do I keep calling him Winston? But it's Wilson. Let's see. Look how close I was. I was reasonably close. Okay, see, look, I was way off on the shape of that. His face isn't even like a point, but I had some elements right. Wow, they made a Funko Pop of Winston? Wilson. Man, I keep getting it wrong. Wilson. And Chester! It's Wilson and Chester! Chester. Yeah, the game threw me off because I was playing the game, and out of nowhere, this little thing pops up called Chester. And I was like, I picked up this thing called an eye bone. And when I picked it up, all of a sudden this thing pops up, Chester. And I'm like, drop the eye bone. See ya. Turns out Chester is a benevolent creature that is basically a walking chest for you. So if you find an eye bone, you grab the eye bone, and Chester follows you everywhere, giving you 9 extra inventory slots. You don't trust anything in Don't Starve. Everything in Don't Starve wants to kill you. I mean, literally everything in Don't Starve wants to kill you. There are literally bulbs that grow eyeball cabbages that will kill you. There's like nothing in the game that won't kill you. But I love that game. It's so stressful though. You're like, you literally have to make a game of thinking about what resource you want to gather next. Because you may not have time to gather all the resources you want to gather. Because you may only have time to gather enough resources to get you to the next. See, that's wrong. I mean, it's going to be super tiny, so any mistakes I make are not going to be that big. But I still want to get it right. You know what I mean? Like, I care about my friends' stuff that I'm not going to be like, oh, it's kind of right, so I'll leave it like that. A good old-fashioned clear out. That's all I can think about now. A good old-fashioned clear out. Okay, so it's kind of on the midway part of the shoulders. Is this still 2% milk? Yeah, I'm not going to skip it. Well, I'll skip it. Tiptoe. One more skip, and then I'm switching to something else. Okay, let's try Pop Champ. I don't know. Okay, no. That's not bad, but I do want to try Indie again. Okay, that's a better feeling, kind of. That's nice. That's nice. I say it sounds like one of those nature stores you used to walk into. Okay, we'll test drive this. Although I may not have much of a test drive because I'm getting tired and I'm like, this stream has about had its due course of time, I believe. Well, that's a nice message. Oh, I like that lyric. If he didn't say slow down, you might miss it, I would have been worried about that. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's pretty cute. Oh, that was the wrong thing. That was the wrong thing entirely. What I meant to do was this. There we go. I'm going to take it down to there. I think I'm about tired for tonight. I usually try to stream for about 2 hours, and it's been about, an hour and 20 minutes. I'm just tired. I'm going to try to raid somebody, I think. I promised I was going to try to raid more people. Just because I don't really remember to raid. Raiding is where you go to somebody else's room afterward. I'll see if I've got anybody on that's I can reasonably trust as being... And I honestly don't remember how to do a raid. This is another reason I like doing raids. Because, somebody else liked the photo. Okay, I have to... Oh, I was going to like my own photo. That would have been a huge mistake. Let's see. I got to go to channel and see who's on. I'm trying to see if there's anybody I really like, a good friend of mine that's streaming or something. I need to get in better habits of rating, because it just builds like camaraderie. I'm trying to minimize my desktop volume in case this person is... Last time I rated a person, it was funny. The last time I rated a person, it was... Oh yeah, rating is when you go into somebody else's stream after they're done, and you basically take your entire party with you. And I was trying to see if I had somebody I knew on.
I see you.
Okay, no, we're not doing that one. Yeah, we're not doing that one. This person has a virtual camera. They don't actually have their own face in the camera. They just have a 3D person. This person does cool stuff, but I don't know what their stuff is. I try to raid other artists.
Explaining something to somebody, or teaching, or helping someone understand something is probably the most human craft of them all, right? It's
like hair gradients are really cool. I kind of want to try them.
Skip that person.
What the hell? Who did it in mine?
You know, I don't think I'll stream anybody, raid anybody tonight. I'm tired.
Yeah,
and usually when you raid, the
dies,
best thing to do is when you, after you raid, basically what we do is we take our
die.
entire party as I shut down and go to another room. But I'm kind of tired, and I don't want to, it's really rude to just kind of raid and drop everybody off. And I'm too tired to actually participate in the raid afterward. So I don't want to be that person that's just like, oh, here's my viewers, bye. I mean, they don't mind having those viewers, but it's kind of, I feel like the best thing to do is to just, bring a party that you're actually going to stick with and not just dump your friends at somebody else's room. And I'm tired tonight, so I'm like, I feel like that's what I'd be doing. I'm like, okay, here's my party, raid, bye. Leave. And I don't want to do that. So what I'll do is I'll just sign off here at this point. I think I got a good start. I think it's a good place. It needs a little bit tweaking, but I think it's a much better place than it was, because Sarah wasn't happy with it. And looking at what I've accomplished tonight and where it is now versus where it was, I can see why she's unhappy with it. I was going very chibi, and she wanted more cute spray. So anyway, for all those that tuned in, Pizza, for what's her name? Proud Nerd Girl. I just want to call her Sarah because that's how I know her. And Yvonne Sky. And I never got clear if I could actually use your human name here. I always use usernames until I'm sure they're cool with me using their human name. I always say human name. But anyway, for Yvonne Sky, for Proud Nerd Girl Sarah, I know I can say her, and for Pizza, and anybody else that tuned in that didn't speak up, because I saw those comments. But for anybody else that didn't come up, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate that. It's been a lot of fun. I'm glad I got a lot of work done on this, because I've been wanting to get this cranking. And I feel like it's in a much better place than it's been. One little tiny thing. Give it a neckline for the shirt underneath. It's just better that way. Yeah, that's way better now. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Like I always say, if you can't stay good, stay safe. And I will be back Friday evening at 9, same time.